Hey everyone, this is Ruth L. Snyder from Get Clients, Build Community. Today I'm excited to talk to you about Twitter Spaces, something that I've been learning a lot about lately. Get Clients, Build Community is on a mission. Our mission is to bring inspiration and innovation to authors, coaches, and entrepreneurs around the world. Get Clients, Build Community would like to introduce some of our services. We offer coaching packages, individual coaching or group coaching to help you get from dream to done. We also offer courses from book idea to first draft in 30 days. 5-day challenge and program. Turn Twitter into your lead generation machine using Twitter Spaces. Professional book formatting, providing you with publisher-ready files. Personalized marketing plan, a powerful plan to get clients and build community that suits your personality. We strive for excellence in everything we do, and it shows. If you're looking to write, publish, and/or profit from your books, we can help. Thanks for joining me today. As I mentioned, I want to talk to you today about Twitter Spaces. So what is Twitter Spaces? Maybe you've heard the term social audio, like Clubhouse or LinkedIn. They both have social audio. Well, Clubhouse is its own social audio site. Twitter Spaces is Twitter's social audio site. So it's like having a virtual room. Some of us have meetings on Zoom. We've done that a lot over the last couple of years. Social audio is like going into a room, but instead of being on camera like you are with Zoom, you're just using your voice. So there's no need to do your hair. There's no need to put on proper clothes. You can do it in your pajamas if you want. You can do it while you're looking after kids. You can do it while you're grocery shopping. So some people really love social audio for that reason. It's simple. And the other thing about social audio is you don't need any special equipment to do it, because especially Twitter Spaces, you can do right from your phone. In fact, that's what it's made for. Right now, you can listen into a conversation on Twitter Spaces from your desktop, but you are not able to participate in the conversation unless you are on your phone on the Twitter app. So if you want to participate in Twitter Spaces, you need to be on your cell phone. Bring it with you and download the Twitter app, because that's how you are going to find Twitter Spaces. When you are in the app, you can go to the search bar and you can type in, remember we were talking about hashtags? Well, the hashtag for Twitter Spaces is hashtag Twitter Spaces, simple. Or you can also search for hashtag Spaces host to find people who are hosting spaces. And once you find those hashtags, you can look and find spaces that you think you might be interested in listening to or participating in. And usually when somebody hosts a space, they host it at the same time on the same day every week or every month. And that way people get used to knowing, for instance, I host my own Twitter space on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, and we talk about building global communities using Twitter Spaces. So please come join us if you're interested. If you host it consistently at the same time on the same day, people will follow you and will make sure that they show up to your space. So and like I mentioned before, if you want to speak during a Twitter space, you need to be on the Twitter app on your phone. Just because you want to speak doesn't necessarily mean you will get to speak. So it's similar to if you've been on StreamYard, it's similar to that because a host is able to pick up to 2 co-hosts and then also able to grant microphone access up to 10 people at once. And once those 13 spots are taken, no one else can have microphone access until one of them steps down and there's room for somebody else to step up to the platform. So if you are interested in being a speaker, you can use at the bottom of your app, you will see some emojis. So there's a hand raise emoji. And so that's the one you use if you are interested in contributing to the conversation. Different hosts will run their rooms differently. So often hosts will want you to raise your hand if you want to participate. Some rooms you'll go into, you'll find that they are less strict about that, and you can just ask for microphone access and they will grant it to you. And then if you have microphone access, you can unmute your mic and jump in at any time. So you have to kind of go into the space and see how the host is operating it, and then you'll know more how to become a speaker during the space. There's a lot of give and take in Twitter Spaces, so make sure that when you do speak, you keep your comments brief and make sure you thank the host for the opportunity to speak, and if there are co-hosts, acknowledge them as well, and then share what you have to share, and then step down so somebody else has the opportunity to participate as well. So those are some basic etiquette ideas for participating in a Twitter space. How do you become a Twitter host? Well, basically, you decide that you have a topic that you want to talk about or learn about, and then you figure out how often you're going to host your space. You figure out a time, and you schedule your Twitter space. So Twitter doesn't say that there is a limited number of spaces available at a specific time. They don't control that. Anybody can start a space at any time. In fact, you can, just like Facebook Lives, you can go onto Twitter and go into Twitter Spaces. And to do that, you just hold the tweet button down. Instead of tapping it, you hold it down, and the Twitter Space option will show up. And you put the topic, and if you want the space recorded, you need to toggle that on. It's not automatically on. You have to put it on. And you can decide what day and time your space is, or you can start your space immediately as soon as you go into Twitter Spaces. And I've talked to people who have just spontaneously gone onto Twitter Spaces, and they've had 50 people show up because they're interested in the topic. When you pick a topic, you will also be able to pick up to 3 categories that it fits into. And so the topic and the categories allow people to get an idea of what your space is about, and then decide from there whether they want to participate in your space. Some other tips that you might want to use as a host: Twitter Spaces allows you to schedule your space up to 2 weeks before your space starts. And the advantage of doing that is once you schedule your space, Twitter gives you a link, and you're able to share that link with anybody on Twitter, or you can copy that link and share it in an email or on another social media site. So if you schedule your space 2 weeks before it starts, you have a chance to invite people to your space and get them excited and hopefully get a larger crowd than you would if you just jumped onto a Twitter space and started talking. Something else that you want to think about if you are planning to host is invite somebody to be your co-host. As I mentioned before, you can have up to 2 co-hosts, and you might want to have just one, or you might want to have 2. The advantage of having co-hosts is that even if nobody else shows up, you can have a good conversation with other people, and it's not so awkward. I've talked to quite a few people who host Twitter Spaces, and all of us have experienced going into a space and not having anybody show up right away. And it feels really awkward when it first happens to you. But just know that people on Twitter are very patient, they are very kind, and they are very eager to help you if you want to learn how to host your own space. In my next video, I will give you some more tips about hosting. Until then, I hope you have a great day and jump onto Twitter Spaces and try it out. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that you found the content helpful. And if you want to think about next steps in your journey, I would like you to join me in a free coaching call. We can meet for 30 minutes and discuss what you found helpful and where you are feeling stuck. I help entrepreneurs write, publish, and profit from their books. And so if you are in any stage of that journey, whether you're just thinking about a book, or you are in the middle of writing a book, or you are publishing a book, or working on marketing your book, I would love to join you. You'll find the link below. I look forward to talking with you.